Alright, so this is Harrison Red with my week 4 summary, right? Yes, week 4 summary. This week we had some really cool Arduino projects and 4 of them. So the first one was making a pinwheel. Used this whole setup. Mine, definitely the CD flew off the handle a few times. I had to upload my pictures kind of in a weird way because my phone was being really finicky, so we'll see how that worked. So that was just a whole setup for the pinwheel. This is the code that I was written, or no, this is the code for the other one, but this is the code for the pinwheel right here. I don't know where my pictures are of the other one. Here, I'll try and get those sent over real quick. But as I'm doing that, I'll talk about what else we did. So we also did some responses to students today in Shift Happens. Everyone posted responses about that, as well as doing some responses about these videos or the TED Talk about kids, young boys with gaming and things like that, and how to possibly get them more interested in school and stuff. And I think that's a really important thing to discuss and like focus on, because I know when I was a kid there was a lot of times that I felt a little bit out of place and felt like I wasn't really being recognized. So I think it's important to make sure that we're fulfilling the needs of all of our students and ensuring that everybody gets an awesome experience, because it will help promote them being effective members of society in the future. Alright, so those should be sent now. Let's see. Alright, so here is my hourglass. I had a couple issues when I worked with the hourglass because my tilt switch had really short pegs, so it was really difficult to get it to stay in there, and most of the time it would get the light going and then like the switch would fall out and everything would fall apart. So that was kind of an issue, and I didn't know really how to fix that. But here is, while I was working on the other motor, but it's kind of a blurry photo. But here is the pinwheel. This, like I said, the CD fell off a couple times because it would spin so fast. But I did later put on a potentiometer that let me slow down the motor. But yeah, here's the program for that. Next up was the I'm blanking on the name of it, but it was this little like slit thing that gave you the persistence of vision to make the animation work, the zoetrope, and that was kind of fun. Also, it was kind of hard to keep the whole thing working as a unit, and I think it would have helped if I had taped it down harder because it kept popping up. But it was very cool, and I later put the LED in, but I don't have pictures of that because my phone died. This was the final part, the LED screen. It was a lot of cords everywhere, and once again my little tilt switch was giving me a lot of problems. I managed to get the words to go across, but sometimes it would just get all finicky whenever the tilt switch would pop out, things like that, and the potentiometer wouldn't always stay in. Just some issues with just like kind of the hardware made it more difficult. But here's it with the screen all lit up. Also, when I was pulling out my LED screen, one of the pins broke, so I tried to put it back in and use it again, and it wasn't really working. So that was kind of an issue. So that does it for those. I got those. But here's the code for the zoetrope, and then this is the code for the crystal ball. So yeah, it was a really fun, cool little projects. I really like the LED screen one. I really wish, or my LCD screen one. I wish my LCD thing hadn't broken. I don't know what that was. For the neat resource, we were looking into persistence of vision, and like it's kind of like a form of animation, which I thought was really cool. And this guy made a really cool, like, simple version of it that made it really easy to follow, and like a cool idea about it that I really liked. If the video will work. Oh, and there's an advertisement. Well, that's weird. Close that. Let's skip that. Things are just going perfectly today. But yeah, here's where he does it. If it's gonna load at all. Come on, computer. You can do better than that. Or not. Sorry about that. It's kind of a old system. But yeah, well, I'll just move off of that. Oh, whoops. Man, I have too many tabs open. So, It was a really interesting week. I worked a little bit on my paper, which is about acupuncture and the benefits, and if it's actually beneficial or if it's actually just a bunch of hubbub. But so that was good to get some work done on that. I'm excited to turn in my rough draft and see what you think. But yeah, overall it was a really good week, and I think we got a chance to really see how some of these things are put together. I know we all use LCD screens all the time for like all of our different gadgets, so I think it was interesting to see the coding process that goes into making that text appear. Also, when it comes to things like just simple pinwheels, like simple motors that spin things and turn things in our own life, like even the motor within your microwave that spins your plate around, like seeing the programming that goes into making sure that it does that process correctly, I think it was really fascinating to get to do that hands-on experience. And the hourglass I thought was a really cool idea, and I wish I could make one that works really well because then I could actually use it as like a cool little timer to have on my desk or something when I'm at my new job. So altogether, it was a really fun week. I think we did a lot of cool projects, and I'm excited to see what the next week brings with it. So yeah, that's all from this week. So until next time.